Hi everybody. I just wanted to show you how to look up some of these t values here in StatCrunch. Um, um, so to do the t distribution, so for example, if you wanted to find the t value that correspond to 10%, so that the area here to the right tail is 10%. With 15 degrees of freedom, we'd get 1.341. You should be able to do the same thing in StatCrunch. So again, you can either use the table or use StatCrunch to use your calculations here again. So just go to Stat and then Calculators, and then just go down to T distribution here, and it will give you a nice graphical representation here. So you want one where the area to the right here is 10%, and as you can see that it does basically give you the same value that you looked at in the table. I guess an alternative way you could do this is you could also um, sort of turn this around and subtract it from 100%. So whichever way you want to do it is fine. So, but again, it should give you the same. You should have the same t value for the area as you basically do in the table. Um, and then it does. I guess I forgot to adjust the degrees of freedom here too, right? So again, this will vary depending on the degrees of freedom there. So if you so maybe just try this again here, right? If I put in 0.1, right, it should even more accurately reflect the value in the table. All right, so this is 1.34, and if you go back to the table here with 15 degrees of freedom, right, it's 1.341. Right, so pretty much the same value. So you can either look up the value in the table, or you can use StatCrunch. StatCrunch is maybe a little bit more accurate, but it should give you pretty much the same answer. Also keep in mind that some of the well-known values for not necessarily the t distribution, but for the z distribution are given down here, so you don't necessarily have to look up the value in the table. So if you want to construct a 95% confidence interval, that corresponds to a critical z or a z value, z alpha over 2, in other words, of 1.645. So don't forget, you can just kind of look down here at these for well-known values. If it's something a little bit more unusual like 93% or 87%, if it's not one of these, you'll have to look up here in the table. So just again, something I thought I'd let you guys know. So if as usual, if you have questions or anything, let me know.